You ever been to Gweedore in Donegal? I went there when I was 12. Big cross-country race for the boys. We're all in the back of a minibus head towards Derry one morning. This is big time. I mean, this is like international athletics for us. Because we're racing against boys in the south, and we have this thing to do, Belfast Pride. 2 of the boys are prods, the rest of us are Catholics. It's a cross-community event. I suppose the good people on the side think this is great stuff. Let's get this wee team over from Belfast and all that patronizing shite. Anyway, we're through the border. The boys are all singing pop tunes and all, but I'm in the back of the bus looking out the window. Driving through the mountains. You know where Mount Errigal is and everything? It's a beautiful sight, Dom. Donegal has to be the most beautiful place in Ireland, I reckon. Anyway, we'd arrived in Gweedore, and what a sight. And it's hopping with about 200 boys, and they're getting into their gear and membering up. The whole event's run by Christian Brothers, and they're clapping young fellas around the back of the ear, basically trying to maintain some order. Our team goes off for a wee jog to stretch the legs. We're surrounded by fields of barley. And we dip into this wee valley where there's a stream and woods running through it. The woods and stream are out of bounds, so naturally us Belfast boys have to go check them out. Woods and the stream seem just like the Amazon to us. We come across these young fellows from Cork. There's some banter about our accents. They could barely talk. We couldn't understand a word they were saying. We get the idea that they're lording it over us a bit, you know? Looking down on us. I'm sensing it anyway. We run along. We come up with this idea to go down the stream and check it out for fish. So we're down by the river, downstream. There's half a foot of water in there. Little silverfish, but nothing substantial. To one of the boys calls us further down. Lying in the water is a wee fowl, 4 or 5 days old. He's all skin and bones, gray color, and he's got flecks of blood in his coat because he cut himself up really badly on the sharp rocks. We're all standing over him, and you can see that his back leg snapped. And he's breathing, he's alive, but just about. So, this big conversation gets started up by the boys who reckon themselves the leaders. And they're deliberating as to what we should do. Someone says, drop a rock on his head. But I'm looking in their faces and I can see that they're either scared stiff or clueless. It's all bravado. This fowl on the ground, great pain, all this chit-chat going on, going nowhere. Next thing, one of the priests sees us, sees the fowl, tells us not to move, and we're done for, really done for. Group of boys will always get blamed for hurting a fowl. Group of Belfast boys will get a real hammering. So it's clear to me in an instant, and I'm on my knees, and I take the fowl's head in my hands, and I put him underwater. He's thrashing around a bit to start, so I press down harder until he's drowned. Priest arrives though. He's grabbing me by the hair, dragging me through the woods, promising me a proper hiding. But I knew I did right by that wee fowl. I could take the punishment for our boys. I had the respect of them other boys now, and I knew that. I'm clear of the reasons, Dom. I'm clear of all the repercussions. But I will act, and I will not stand by and do nothing.